My life runs on 5 volts. Why does my camera life run at 8.4? Welcome to my messy studio, where we make art and we make stuff for making art. I'm Patrick, and today we're going to follow up to the last video of making a makeshift field recorder. In that video, we took a standalone capture card, added that to a power bank so we could attach it to a field monitor, thus making our own little makeshift ninja, as it were. Today, I'm going to try to consolidate the power situation on this. So rather than using a power bank on this, we're going to build a little dongle so we can get power directly from the field monitor to the standalone capture box. Looks like I have a little mess here on my workbench. Let's get that out of the way first. This is my FEELWORLD F5 Pro field recorder. It's pretty cheap on Amazon. It's about $120. I like it a lot. Primarily bought it for this USB-C 5-volt power input, which meant I didn't need one of these. It turns out, while using my Dell power adapter, it doesn't like anything but Dell computers, apparently. Normal power bank was working fine. It's a pretty standard field monitor. It also has an 8.4 volt output. We're going to use this 8.4 volt out to power a standalone capture card. Okay? The first thing we're going to need, this is a DC to DC voltage converter. Basically, it'll take 4.5 volts to 40 volts and turn that into 5 volts for at 2 amp. So, need one of those. You can actually get these on Amazon, about 2 for $10. These particular ones have a display which tells you the input voltage that's happening. So when we plug this into the FEELWORLD, we'll see what this output is actually doing. You also need a 5.5 millimeter DC Power Pigtail. So these come in a pack of 5 for under $10, also available on Amazon. I'll put the links below. So setup on this is actually quite easy. There are 2 terminals on this side. So you see we have a positive and a negative. So we're going to take the black wire and put that on the negative side. We'll take the red put that on the positive side. So, that done. Easy so far, huh? Going to power on FEELWORLD and put that into our out. Now, sure enough, looks like we're getting 0.48 volts out of that. This, of course, takes 5 volts. So we're going to take the same USB cord we had in our last video. We're going to put that into the USB slot in the converter. Okay. So now we're just going to double check with the multimeter before we put this in anything what that actually is. So look at that, and we'll touch that, and we're basically at 5 volts. Great. So that's awesome. So now what do we do next? Well, we're actually done. So we're just gonna put that in there, and we have power. Now we can throw this into our setup just like we had in our last video. But I'm not gonna stop there. I don't necessarily want to have this hanging out like this, so I actually got a few of these boxes on Amazon as well. These will fit this nicely. We just need to make some holes for the USB, and we'll just put it right into the box there. That way we don't have anything exposed. I'm just using a file to file down this box, but I really wish I could find my Dremel tool, because that would have been a whole lot easier. But with a little diligence, I was able to pull through. Well, that turned out pretty bad. Next time I'll use a Dremel. But with a little glue, seal this box up, we'll be all set. So, here we have it. Our little dongle. So, we'll be able to put that in there. Take our power cord, put it in there, and now we have one finished object. So what I want to do after this is, I didn't show this on the last video, is somehow mount this to this. And because I don't know which capture card I'm going to be using at any given time, I think I'm just going to put some Velcro on the back of this right there. That seems to be perfect. And for this one, we'll Velcro it on the back right there. So this same solution will actually work for the clonal alliance that we featured in the last video as well, except for instead of the 5.5 millimeter, we'll switch to the adapter. Plug that in. And put that in. Power on. And looks like we have power on both devices. Now let's throw some Velcro on the back of that so we can mount it to the back of that. We'll be done. So this seems to be a never-ending story. The rest of my life seems to run off of 5 volts, or at least USB-C. My phone, my laptops, and whatnot. And then I have my camera, which is 7.4, my field monitor, which is 8.4, and it's this constant search for what can I plug this into. My camera battery sucks. I'm going to plug it into an AC adapter into the wall. So any given scenario, I might need something else. And what we showed you today is the scenario in which I want my field monitor and my capture box to be one consolidated unit that I can mount on a tripod or on a rig and keep moving. In another scenario, I'm going to take that 8.4 and feed it directly into my camera. But when I need to go up, I use an electric ray, and that'll give me 5 volts to 8.4. It's maddening. Why can't there be some sort of consortium that goes, everybody runs off of this and do this? I know that'll never happen, or maybe there is a consortium. There's a USB consortium. Is there? I don't know. Regardless, I hope you had fun with this little project that we added on to the last video. It was easier than I thought. These step down voltage converters are pretty cheap. You can find one on eBay for about $5 that ships within the US. If you want to pay less and have it shipped from China, it's more like it's under $3. Hope you had fun. Subscribe and like this video. I'll see you next time.